All right, I'm Noah Anderson, and I'm here with...
Brody Snembridge.
Landon Levanway.
All right, I'm going to be asking you some questions today. First question, why do you think Charlie Kirk was assassinated?
Charlie Kirk was assassinated because of his vast beliefs about the government. Everybody is controlled by the government. You are slaves to the government. You have no aspirations. All your aspirations are formatted by the government.
Well, I do believe he was killed due to his beliefs. I do think there was some sort of reason beyond that, and it might have been the fact he started speaking out against Israel a few days before he actually got killed. And there's been a lot of people saying that there's been some possible cover-up, some stuff is misleading, some false information out there.
Do you think the Jews are mad because we're celebrating Christmas and they don't celebrate Christmas?
No.
Yes.
Do you think the Mossad was behind Charlie Kirk's assassination?
I think they could have been involved, but I doubt it was them directly.
No.
So, you think it was a governmental thing?
No. It was somebody that was mad.
Why do you think he was mad? Because he's a chud?
Yeah, he was mad he was a chud.
Well, they were probably mad because he was saying some stuff they didn't.
What do you think about the gang violence problems in Los Angeles and Compton?
I don't believe there is gang violence problems. I think there is gang violence, but problems? I don't think so.
So you don't think... Sorry, you go.
I believe it's due to modern culture.
So we have two opposing beliefs here. One person says that it isn't actually a problem, that people are getting killed in gang fights, and then statistics are there saying that the gang violence is a problem. So wait, so you think the gang violence exists, but it's not a bad thing?
Prove to me anybody's getting killed.
I don't have proof on me right now. I don't have proof on me right...
20-person shootout in fucking
Say it again?
Chicago.
Alleged.
It was not alleged. There were people who died.
Trust me, it was alleged.
Well, that's just rage bait.
No, it's not alleged, dude. I mean, people got killed. There's records on that stuff.
Well, I mean, Vaughn got shot at because he did some bad shit. Like, he deserved it. Vaughn deserved to get shot.
Did Charlie Kirk deserve to get shot?
No, he did not.
No, you should never be killed due to your beliefs.
Did Vaughn deserve to get shot?
Well, his beliefs were violent, and I don't believe...
Charlie Kirk's beliefs were violent.
I don't believe that you should be killed due to your beliefs, and Charlie Kirk's beliefs were not violent. Can you name one violent belief of Charlie Kirk's?
Trans.
Trans? What about it?
Hate.
Did you ever say that they should be killed?
Look, he wished death.
I got
He
you.
wished death on a lot
you
of
stuttered
people.
on it immediately.
He wished death on a lot of different people.
He never
Charlie
said they should be
Kirk
killed, so it's not
didn't
violent.
do any... King Vaughn got killed because he killed multiple people. Charlie Kirk just had some beliefs.
I'm not saying that I think Charlie Kirk deserved to get shot. I'm just saying that
Well,
this
you
is
did
my
say he has
belief.
You did say he has violent beliefs, and you still haven't told me a single violent belief of his.
Rogan, come here. Can you name a violent belief of Charlie Kirk's?
Well, not really. I mean, he did believe in gun rights, and he said that it's okay for a couple of people to die in order for us to have gun rights.
He said that human lives were the price that we would have to pay for our Second Amendment right.
Well, our Second Amendment right is due to, how our country was founded. Our country was founded because we were, coming from Britain mainly, and Britain was still trying to impose their laws on us. So, yeah, I do believe that violence should be used if another country is trying to invade our, impose on our rights. Not invade, sorry.
I think everybody should impose their own rights and should realize that they are free and you are a free person and you need to not listen to the government and you need to not be a slave.
Okay, well, what about the fact that... Okay, what does that have to do with people... I'm so confused right now.
About my views.
Are innocent human lives a price that we should have to pay for us being able... Because you said if it's like a foreign thing, people trying to attack us.
I have well, yeah, that's why we do have the Second Amendment, is due to how our country came about.
What if it's innocent people that it's getting used against, though?
Well, just a quick question. If there's laws against people being murdered, right?
Yes.
Then what will a gun law solve? If it's against the law, it doesn't mean it's instantly solved. A gun law doesn't just stop people from killing each other. Look in Britain, they're getting stabbed. Either way, it's going to be a problem. You just replace it with something else. And also, we didn't even have these problems with gun violence 50 years ago, so that makes you ask, is there not something else in America today that's causing this instead of the gun laws?
I don't think it's the gun laws itself. I think it's just the fact that we don't have high enough background checks or, like, psychological... No, psychological evaluations should be done as well, because I don't think the guy that shot Charlie Kirk should have been able to have a gun in the first place. That guy was clearly deranged.
I believe that he had some stuff he needed to put into the world.
Well, I believe
Like a bullet into Charlie Kirk's neck?
He had a point to prove.
Was the gun his own?
We don't know.
We don't know, or you don't know.
I don't know.
Have you?
Shut up.
He knows. I'm gonna be honest. I can't remember if the gun was his own or not. I haven't looked into this guy a whole lot. I can't remember his name.
Utah Grim Reaper? Bottom line, do you think it was a conspiracy, his death, or was it just
yeah,
the act of
100%.
one man?
Oh, it was 100% a conspiracy. There is no there's that obvious correlation with all the gun violence over the years, all the assassination attempts. There's obviously something behind it, because that wasn't really a widespread thing 50 years ago, and that makes you ask, is it being done in purpose? Is our own government indoctrinating people into these beliefs? Because almost every single, shooting event has been used to impose stricter laws, or it's been used for a certain agenda. So that makes you ask, are there people out there who are trying to get people to do this?
I definitely think so. Pushing violent views.
I do have a certain belief on the Las Vegas shooting. It was used to ban bump stocks, which I don't think even really had much to do with the shooting, but it was used to ban it. So obviously there are,
conspiracies involving the gun violence
are involved. Yes.
Didn't you say that you didn't think that it was a conspiracy? You thought it was the work of one angry man?
Work of one angry man who had something to prove, yeah.
What do you think he was trying to prove by killing Charlie Kirk? Shut up.
He's trying to prove that he could.
What?
He's trying to prove that it was possible.
Trying to prove that it was possible to kill Charlie Kirk?
Yeah.
But why would he want to prove that? Because did Charlie Kirk have some belief that he was maybe untouchable, maybe something like that?
Perchance, Charlie Kirk had some claims that people couldn't do anything to him.
I see. Okay. Well, what government?
Government. What about it?
Do you think it's it's run by Jews?
Well, the word Jews is, whenever you put that label on something, it's kind of hard for it to have credibility. But I do believe that our government is somewhat tied into Israel in some way or another. And it's hard to say Jews, because I do believe that, most people who are Jewish are tied into Israel, because they sort of have this, this religious, what's the word I'm looking for? But they're just tied into it religiously. They're all Israelis in some level, even if some of them don't believe what they're doing in Palestine is wrong. A lot of them are tied to Israel, and I do believe there are people. I do believe there are people who are Jewish who are not obviously rooting for Israel. I'm not saying that, but I do believe that our government is tied into Israel. You can look at where the money's going. I believe that this year Trump has given $12 billion to Israel or something like that. Something stupid.
Where is he getting that kind of money? Is he just pulling it from
from the government. It's from the government and taxpayers' money. I can give a little more insight on that. The money that we are giving to Israel is being used. There's a caveat to that. Israel can only use it on our defense manufacturers. So the money is going back to the U.S., but it's going through Israel, and they're basically getting weapons from the U.S. because they're buying from U.S. defense manufacturers.
So we're supporting terrorists.
Terrorism, yeah. I guess it just depends on how you view the Palestine situation.
I think that if they're killing civilians, that's an act of terrorism or hate crime.
Like I said, it depends on what you believe. I do believe that what Israel's doing is, I believe it's an ethnic cleansing of Palestine.
Okay. So you think it's some sort of racist kind of motive that they're having?
Maybe not racist, because on some level they are all the same people. They're all from the same area. They're all Middle Easterners. Maybe not racist, but I think it's more tied religiously, because as very historically, I guess, Muslims and Jewish people, there's some historical context behind that. And even including the historical context of where Israel came about. It wasn't a country until a little bit after 1945.
Okay. Well, do you think? So what I think is it's some sort of maybe it has something to do with religion as well, but I feel like it's also this kind of tribalist way of thinking, where they, if it's not us, we need to eliminate them, right?
Yeah, well, it's not directly like that. So, obviously, a lot of countries in the Middle East don't like Israel because it kind of become a problem, And it's not, saying that all Israelis are bad. I don't want people to, I don't want the message to be from this is that, we should hate all Israelis,
Right.
But I do believe there is a problem with Israel and what they're doing in the Middle East. And I've noticed is like a lot of it is like money is going to our politicians from Israel. So, like, are you familiar with AIPAC?
Yes.
Like, if you look, there are like statistics. You can see like how much money is going to our politicians from AIPAC. Like, Trump has received like millions of dollars, and I mean, so has Kamala Harris. Like, I think it's on both sides. I don't think it's a left or right issue.
No, it's just the
it's
U.S.
a widespread issue, and it's not just in the U.S. It's in other countries too.
Okay, I see. I can definitely agree with most of the things you're saying. What do you think about this? Are you educated on this topic?
No, not at all.
Okay, well, that we have one educated individual on this topic, one slightly educated individual, and one who's not. So that's a good not three-way, but like three different perspectives. What do you think about what Israel's doing, Charlie Kirk, anything that we've been talking about?
I agree with Landon completely about what he's saying about Israel and everything. I think Charlie Kirk's death was very sad, and the video was very sad, and his kids that watched it happen, it's very devastating to see.
I mean, yeah, regardless of what you think about the guy or whatever you think about his beliefs, I don't think that means he deserves to get shot.
Broad daylight in schools.
Yeah.
That was basically, like they killed someone in a school. Like, there's no way to get around that being wrong.
Okay, yeah, that's true. So before we go, I have one more question to ask you. It's about ICE. Okay. Now, do you think?
That's a hard one.
Do you think that the immigration problem is as widespread and as big a problem as the not even just Republican, but the government currently is trying to persuade us to think it is? They're making.
So they're trying to make it seem like it's a bigger problem.
Than it is, because the only reason I say that is because ICE isn't just taking Mexican immigrants. ICE is actually taking Mexican citizens who live here, who have actually become citizens of the United States.
I know one case of this happening, and it was a case where a mother who was not documented had 2 children. I believe it was 2 children. Maybe it was 2 separate mothers who had separate children. I honestly don't know the specifics entirely. And that is also a hard situation because a lot of people, when they're arguing that, aren't always arguing necessarily the immigration argument. They're arguing with how ICE is doing it. So is the question, do I agree with how ICE is handling it, or do I agree with us deporting illegal immigrants? Because
the first question is what I'm asking.
Well, I can't say it's a whole lot different than how any other administration has done it. Okay. Like Obama administration has deported more people than Donald Trump has, way more, in fact.
Yeah,
they called him deporter in chief.
I have seen a clip. I've seen a clip of Obama talking about it.
I'm also gonna reiterate, it's not just Obama. It's been every single president in American history, essentially.
Anything else to say?
Except Joe Biden.
I think illegal immigrants should not be in our state.
Okay.
If they do something wrong, like country, if they murder somebody, I don't think they should be allowed in America.
Okay, what if they're not? And they're not just deporting illegal aliens. They're deporting Mexican or even just people who aren't of the white race that are literally citizens who've been living here. And even if there are immigrants, right, that have been living here for 20 years, not committing crimes, having a family, they're deporting them in brutal ways in front of their families.
Yeah, I think that's really wrong. I think if they've lived here for a long time, I think they should be able to stay here.
Right. So it's kind of nuanced. Like there's different situations. Like if it's just an illegal who's doing bad things, then they deserve to be deported. But if it's just somebody who's living their lives, they don't deserve it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, well, it is not ridiculously hard to even get a citizenship, and it's not even that hard to get a visa. So I do think that there are tons of options. There's refugee status. So yeah, you can argue they're running away from something, but it is not entirely that hard to get a visa. I come from a partially immigrant family. I mean, entirely immigrant, but my dad immigrated here. I'm a second generation immigrant. My dad is not even a citizen. He's here on visa, and that doesn't mean obviously he's not getting deported because he's here legally.
Right.
So
well, where are you from? What is your
Canada?
Okay. So that's okay. Well, I think that was a very intelligent and
nice debate.
It was a good conversation, good debate we had there. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your time. I appreciate Birdie's time. No, because you messed up the fucking camera the whole time.